Here's a fact I can't get out of my head. In 1911, an American explorer climbed a mountain in Peru. His guide was a 10-year-old boy. When they stepped out of the fog, an entire city stood before them, untouched, empty, with perfectly fitted walls, temples, and a water system that still works today. The city had been sitting at 8,000 feet for over 400 years, and nobody in the civilized world knew it existed. But that's not even the strangest part. The strangest part is how it was built, because when 20th century engineers started studying it, they kept finding technologies they themselves had only just begun to develop. 500 years ago, no iron, no wheels, not a single blueprint. Let's break this down. First thing you notice, the walls. Walk up close, pull out a knife, try to slide the blade between two stones. Nothing, not a millimeter. Two granite blocks, fitted so precisely there isn't even an air gap between them. And zero cement. None at all. Each block has between 6 and 12 faces. A completely unique shape. The Inca would grind the stone, press it against the neighboring block, check where it didn't sit, flush, remove it, grind again, and repeat this dozens of times until the joint was perfect. Weeks of work. Per block. Why go through all that? Here's why. The Andes sit on one of the most seismically active zones on the planet. Earthquakes happen constantly. A normal wall held together with mortar cracks and collapses under a strong tremor. A rigid connection can't absorb the energy, it just breaks. The walls of Machu Picchu don't break, they dance. Each block shifts microscopically, vibrates, absorbs the impact. And when the shaking stops, the weight of each stone pulls it back exactly into its slot, like a puzzle that assembles itself. 20th century engineers named this principle seismic isolation. They patented it in the 1960s as a revolutionary breakthrough. The Inca were building this way in the 1400s. In 500 years of earthquakes, modern buildings in the valley below cracked and fell. The city on the peak is still standing, without a single fracture. But here's where it gets really interesting. What you see in photographs, that's only 1/3 of the city. The walls, temples, terraces, that's the tip of the iceberg. 2/3 of all the construction is underground. Beneath every plaza, beneath every building, layers of large stone, then gravel, then sand. And running through all of it, a network of drainage channels. Why? A tropical storm in the Andes isn't rain. It's tons of water per hour turning a mountain slope into a river of mud. The system the Inca built drains water so fast that after the heaviest downpour, the city is dry within minutes. Modern hydraulic engineers who studied this system all said the same thing. Replicating it today without plastic pipes and computer modeling would be extraordinarily difficult. And all of this was built by people with no writing, no blueprints, no iron tools, just stone, wood, rope woven from grass, and a knowledge whose nature we still cannot fully explain. But there's one more detail, the one that changed everything we thought we knew about this place. In 2024, drones carrying laser scanners flew over the ruins. LiDAR technology sees through jungle the way an X-ray sees through a body, revealing everything hidden beneath the trees. The results shocked even the researchers who expected something unusual. What we thought was the city turned out to be just its center. Around the main ruins, the laser detected more than 12 previously unknown structures. Ceremonial complexes, residential quarters, water supply systems, all of it existed. And nobody knew for 113 years after the discovery. Machu Picchu is not a lonely fortress on a peak. It's the center of an entire world, far larger than anyone imagined. And now the question that's keeping scientists up at night. If the city was this large, this perfect, this impossibly well designed, who actually lived here? Where did they come from? And what made them vanish so cleanly that they left behind not a single trace of a fight? The answer was found. And it turned out to be far stranger than the mystery itself. 2023 year, a genetics laboratory. Scientists from 3 American universities do something that seemed impossible. They extract DNA from 34 skeletons found in burial sites around Machu Picchu. They expected to find locals, people from nearby mountain villages. Makes sense. Who else would go live on a mountain peak hundreds of miles from civilization? The results destroyed that logic completely. The people of Machu Picchu came from everywhere, some from the high Andes, some from the Pacific coast, and nearly a third from the Amazon. From jungle on the other side of the continent that's still difficult to cross today, even with modern equipment. And the most important detail: almost none of them were related to each other by blood. Every single person came here separately, from different corners of the largest empire in the New World. This wasn't a family that relocated together. This wasn't a tribe searching for new land. These were people who were selected, personally, from every corner of the empire and gathered in one place at 8,000 feet above sea level. No other royal residence in Inca history had this kind of diversity. Machu Picchu wasn't a countryside palace. It was a living map of an entire civilization, a microcosm of the whole empire carved in stone. But if that's true, then the official story about the disappearance falls apart, just like that cement wall in an earthquake. Here's what the textbooks say. The Spanish arrived in the 16th century, brought disease, the population died from epidemics, the city emptied out. The end. But there are 3 details that don't fit that story at all. First, the Spanish never found Machu Picchu. Never. There was no battle, no looting, no cross planted on top of an Inca temple, the way conquistadors did everywhere else they set foot. The city wasn't conquered. It was abandoned from within. Second, before leaving, the residents destroyed the main road leading to the city. They didn't just walk away, they methodically demolished the path. Organized, planned. People fleeing an epidemic don't do that. People hiding something do. Third, and this is a very recent discovery, during detailed examination of the slopes around the city, researchers found a hidden tunnel, an alternative route cut directly into the rock. It ran parallel to the main road the whole time. They destroyed the main road. The tunnel they left intact, deliberately. Who did they leave a secret entrance for? In a city they were hiding from the entire world. We don't have an answer to that yet. But there's one more thing that gives no peace to anyone who seriously studies this place. The 2024 laser scan, beyond revealing new structures, detected something else. Beneath the city itself, beneath those 2/3 hidden underground, the instruments picked up sealed rooms and hollow spaces. Not drainage channels, not utility shafts, separate enclosed spaces that someone sealed shut. 500 years. No one gets in. We don't know what's inside. Nobody does. No official excavation has ever been conducted there. Here's what we know for certain. The Inca gathered the best people from across an entire continent, built them a city 500 years ahead of its time, lived there for 100 years, and disappeared so cleanly it was as if they simply walked out and closed the door, destroyed the road, but left the tunnel, and sealed something underground that is still waiting. Official science says, we've mostly figured it out, but every single time we think we understand Machu Picchu, the city throws a new mystery back at us. LiDAR revealed new buildings after 100 years of research. DNA destroyed the theory of who lived here. A tunnel appeared where nobody thought to look. So I'll leave you with one question. If they hid this city so carefully from the entire world, maybe some secrets weren't hidden from the Spanish. Maybe they were hidden from us. And maybe what's sealed beneath the city isn't treasure. Maybe it's the answer. And maybe we're not ready for it yet. If this kind of investigation is what you're here for, hit subscribe. Every week we go deeper into the places, technologies, and disappearances that official history still can't explain. The next one is already coming. And it's even stranger than this.